Damn, y'all, they caught her slipping at Lifetime. The membership's so damn expensive. That's part of her problem right there. Hey, she fast as hell though. She tracked them down and hawked their ass down. Look, she fast as hell.
I used to be fast while I got shot in my leg. So here's what we gonna do.
They making jokes with her and shit.
I'm gonna call the police. We gonna figure this shit out right here, right now.
We don't want no police. We don't want this.
Oh, well, I wonder why. Because they don't arrest you. They probably don't arrest you. Arrest me for what? When I pay my bills on time.
I know she ain't paying her bills on time.
I will watch you.
It ain't repoing your shit for no reason.
I know she ain't paying her bills on time either. Because for her to just hawk down that truck like that and hop on it while it was in motion, that lets me know you don't got nothing to lose. That's what that is. So that already gives me indication. Listen, if it was a mistake or something bad is happening, you got something to lose, you're just going to handle your things accordingly, and you're going to go through the proper means to make sure that you accommodate that. But the fact that she did that, what was that she just did? That was reckless, and ultimately what? The key word, it was impulsive. And so what we find typically and statistically is that impulsive people don't pay their bills. They are impulsive, so they just get the things that they want and they don't prioritize accordingly for the things that they need. Y'all, before we get back into it, if you like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you can hide.
This is gonna go down. This is gonna go all the way down. Grab me.
I already grabbed him. I ain't trusting you.
She's like, I ain't getting down.
When you let it down, this machine gonna make crush your leg. I don't want shit. So, please. It's dirty up here, man.
I can wash it.
Girl, you see me?
She ain't playing no games, y'all. She ain't leaving without her car.
You gotta go home, man. You can't sit right on there like that. All you gotta do is call right. I'm gonna listen. Check out. I'm gonna let it down.
Yeah, and I'm gonna watch you.
You praying to move away from this metal thing right here. Just come on this side.
I'm a good.
Here, grab my shirt, man. Grab my shirt. You grab any part of me. I don't care.
I'll grab it when you take it back to the parking spot.
Back to the spot.
What you want to truck like that?
I jumped on it one.
Look, you gotta go to work.
Moving,
you gotta go to work.
Put it back.
Right, he's got a good work.
Motherfuckers trying to leave.
Go get. I'm in the shower and chill.
You drove me.
You fast too though. I want to let you know that. You definitely fast.
They still joking.
No, I didn't.
Well, I don't know.
They probably feel a little bad.
Jump on here. Wow. Man, listen, I was about to speed up and she was moving so fast. I was like, what the? Alright, listen, I think he got to go. But can you just move out? I can move out his way in. I'm sorry. We just gotta move this part down. Yeah, please. We don't want that to hurt you in no type of way.
If it hurts, you have my word that I will not sue. I don't care. But you ain't taking
You
my
ain't
car.
suing. I'm sorry, baby
one
girl.
trick, I ain't falling for another. Now take.
Ma'am, just get off the car. Or if they start going in motion, all you're going to do is hop back on it again. Just cuckoo. Knowing darn well you ain't paid your bills allegedly.
Take my car back to the spot.
Yeah, I guess you about to drop it down for you. Let me see.
Yep, I'm gonna watch.
Now time to find another.
The caption for this video says, back to life after repo. Back to life after repo.
Life after repo starts back tomorrow, and I've been sick. I had to take a couple of days off of TikTok and recording because when I realized that my time with my friend's car was up and it was now time to find another vehicle or try to find a vehicle, I instantly just was stressed. I've been on Facebook Marketplace for the past couple of days. I've been stalking Facebook Marketplace, but I hadn't gotten paid yet. So I knew that I couldn't really negotiate anything with anybody because I hadn't gotten paid yet. So I got paid on Friday, and I knew that it wasn't going to be the whole amount that I needed to probably get a vehicle. But I was like, okay, well, I got some negotiation power now to at least put a down payment. And I wanted to do a private seller because I don't want any like real major payments. I didn't want to go through a buy here, pay here because it's going to be, one, those cars be sketchy as hell. And then you can't really, like in Florida, the limit law only applies to vehicles that are new from a dealership. So you can't really... maybe you could sue maybe you could sue like a buy here, pay here, but they always sketchy. I've never been in this.
Ma'am, just bring a man. Just bring a man. She talking about some negotiation power. What you gonna negotiate on? You're not gonna know what's going on under the hood. You're gonna negotiate on it's not shiny enough. Oh, you didn't put the tire shine on there. So that's you gotta take 2,000 off. The tires aren't shiny. You gotta take 2,000 off. Just have a man with you. You got to know what's going on under the hood, or at the very least, get the Carfax. But in all seriousness, I mean, at least she, it always comes back to the laws, though. See, she knows the lemon laws and all this type of stuff. These ladies are really good with the laws when it's time to go to court. Apply that same, drive, and just go ahead and just learn a little bit about cars. If you can learn about the laws, you can translate that. You can learn about cars.
This position before, I've never had to go and try to buy a car from anybody other than the dealership. Any vehicle that I've had, I've been able to go into the dealership, choose which one I wanted to some extent. Either way, I was able to leave with a car in my name, put a down payment down. I think the first 2 times I didn't have to put anything down. My last vehicle, the one I got repoed, I had to put $4,500 down on that one. But this entire situation is just so something I've never went through. So I've been on Facebook Marketplace the last couple of days real hard, mainly Thursday, Friday, and today, because I'm like, okay, I got some negotiation power now. None of these private sellers are wanting to really work with me. They're like, oh, you could put the money down, but you can't take the car. Like, if you need 2 more weeks to pay the remainder, the car has to stay here. And then when you got the rest of the money, you can come get it. What? No, I need a car like now.
She's trying to put
and
money.
I can sign a contract with you. But I understand their logic.
She trying to put money down on a private sale. She trying to finance a car with a private seller. It's possible, but who's finna do all that? Let me get this straight. They trying to sell their car for $3,500, and you like, I can put $1,000 down, and then I'm gonna finance with you. Meanwhile, you just got your car repoed because you wasn't paying on a finance plan. Make it make sense. You expect them to believe that once they finance this car with you, they're not going to know how to go about these laws to get you to pay and all this type of stuff. Who do you think is dumb enough to fall for that? And who do you think is even dumb enough to even want to deal with that on a private sale, Facebook Marketplace sale?
They don't know me. They don't have to do that. There's somebody who can come pay full price. They don't have to work with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm understanding why they're doing it, but it's like, I know me. I know that I can take care of it. Like, I have a job now, I get why they wouldn't feel comfortable doing it.
You knew
so
before you got
I hit
your car
up
repoed.
one of my brothers, and he's trying to help me out, but it's like on a new vehicle. So we're back into the space of like having payments, and I'm so traumatized with payments now because I've had to, I had my vehicle taken from me. So I gotta do what I gotta do, but it's just now I'm just back in that space where I just feel like I took 10 steps forward and I'm still stuck.
She really thought that made sense. I know me. Ma'am, you literally just got your car repoed, and you expect somebody to take a chance on you and finance something with you? You think that makes sense? People need to start looking past themselves and stop just being so subjective with their thinking and making themselves the center of their reality and the center of their universe ultimately, because other people are out here, and when you got your car repoed and didn't pay, there was somebody who was affected by that somewhere. But it's just to focus on what you need now, when meanwhile you took out an agreement before and then you didn't fulfill on that agreement, and then what that did was that put a lot more work on somebody else for them to have to fill the gap and make it up. The caption for this says, "Don't fall for low car payments." I say this all the time, especially with these interest rates now. It says it's a trick. So let's check it out.
Please, 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 please don't focus on just the monthly payment. That's how they get you. They're dangling the apple in front of you. You're trying to eat it and you're never going to get it, honey. They're going to get you. If your monthly payment is low, but your interest rate is still high,
Yep.
then you're going to be paying a lot more in the long run, because you're going to be paying that in interest. A lot of people are like, oh, well, you know, the monthly payment's good and that's how they get you. Because I went to go buy a car and they were giving me a high interest rate, and then they were like, oh, well, what if we make your payment lower? I'm like, that does not make sense, because overall in the long run, I'm still going to be paying a lot more money, even if you put my monthly payment down. If anything, having a lower monthly, you're going to take longer to pay off your car.
You know what's funny? I mean, I had said it before the video even showed. And funny enough, a lot of this stuff I always just thought was common sense, right? I just thought everybody knew this and was moving like this. And then you watch shows or you watch things on the internet, and really you just encounter other people who are in situations, and it can even be people in your family. And then what you realize is like, oh, common sense isn't so common. And I know there's a lot of people in my comment section and that follow me that also experience that, because what I've noticed is I have a very intelligent following, and I have a lot of people who comment and things like that who think like me. And so I know we've all experienced it. We've had to. But it's like, even when you watch like the Dave Ramsey show and people just call in, and it's like, that made sense to you. Just like with the last lady, she really thought that made sense. And so it's funny. A lot of people that follow me too, like, based off, I guess, just, they try to say it's a lack of financial literacy and a lack of knowledge, but I really just think it's a lack of discipline and a lack of being able to deprive yourself now of what you want for what actually makes financial sense moving forward, which is ultimately just delayed gratification, right? So funny enough, a lot of people that watch, like, we could all be financial advisors, we could all be life coaches, because it's just so many people out here that's lost, that ultimately, like I said, it's a discipline problem. But you can still give practical advice, I guess, and they'll make another bad financial decision because they'll pay for you to just tell them common sense. Oh, we got another one, y'all. I think this one's going to be worse than the first one we watched, I believe. I only saw like the first 15 seconds of it, but she's wild like that other girl. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Could we just work something out? Like, could we work something out? I paid the note. I paid for oil change. This is my. Listen here. I wish I could work with you. But you can work something out with people down the spot. No, I need to work something out with you, because you're the one that's here right now trying to take my car. I know, but listen, but if I don't take it, somebody else gonna take it. No, nobody. They're talking about he's talking about he's about to take it. Talking about he's taking it. Like, look what he's doing to Miss Mercedes. Like,
to her Mercedes.
I'm trying to work something out with this man. Like, he's not going there. Like, what? He's pulling out posts. Oh my God! Like, can you stop? Stop it! Listen, like, get off. You can't take it with me on top of it. Don't get on top of your car, miss. You can't take me. I'm gonna get on yours. You don't want to get dirty, miss. I'm gonna get on yours. You don't want to get dirty. I'm gonna get on yours. Oh my! I'm getting on yours.
I didn't even see this part.
Because I listen.
Because I want this car to go right back to.
This is not in your hands. Can you get some new hands at this point?
I don't think God work like that. I honestly don't think God work like that. Don't cry.
So you're just gonna watch a pretty girl just cry like this? Like, you're gonna just take my shit?
Listen, just pay.
Listen, I paid it.
Boy, she's breaking out every manipulation tactic ever invented. She tried to fake cry, then she tried to put it on him and shame him. Like, oh, you're gonna let a pretty girl? Does that even make sense? So what? Like, do we just treat all girls the same, or do we only make exceptions for the pretty ones, right? She don't even understand the things she's saying that she would probably directly oppose if somebody said it out loud. But when we're in these constraints and when the consequences are in front of us, a lot of times it will reveal our true colors.
Shit.
Listen, just pay.
Listen, I paid it. I swear to God, I would not lie to you.
And I wouldn't lie to you. If
I cannot believe this. I can't go work out. I can't do anything.
You can still go work out. You can
not out of my car.
You can still work out. It got a lot of different.
Oh, you're going to get a good work. You're going to be walking for sure. You can even jog if you want. You can get a really good workout in, actually. It's about to really be a lifestyle at this point. So you're going to be living the fit life moving forward. So this is actually a blessing in disguise.
Fucking Ray-Bans and shit, like, you got the money. You want to pay the note? Make sure to say.
I got too many bills.
You got too many bills. You don't have too many bills to take my shit. Like, why?
Like I said,
can I please get my car?
I want to help. I'm sorry.
Get off. Just get off. Get off. Back up. Miss. Okay.
Miss, unfortunately, once you get to this point, it's out of my hands.
This is crazy. This is bullshit. Oh my god. That's like, what are we gonna do? He's really taking it. It's not in his hands. We got dogs working like,
right, though,
what's going on?
There's a lot going on.
I'm about to get yours. At this point, no.
Listen,
he's taking my car.
check out, right?
Can I at least get my belongings?
You can most definitely get your belongings.
And I have my key. I'm about to pull off.
How you gonna pull off, miss? If you pull off, you gonna don't blow. No, please don't blow it up.
I'm about to blow this up.
Don't.
Y'all got script with something. I'm not playing with y'all.
Miss, don't blow it up, miss.
I'm not playing with y'all.
Don't blow it up. I don't want you to do that.
I bet you want me taking this.
I got to, miss.
No.
Don't.
No.
Miss, come on.
Back up.
I can't.
Back up. Back up. Back it up. Back it up.
I got to take it. I'm sorry.
This man is really tripping here.
I'm not tripping.
Come a little closer, right? Like, so we can't work anything out.
Damage your vehicle. You gonna damage it if you pull off, miss. I don't want you to pull off.
Can we just work something out?
People be getting these luxury cars, can't even afford it. I wouldn't even be surprised if that car doesn't even have much life on it left. It looked like an old Mercedes. You'll be getting these old Mercedes with all these miles on it, all these problems. Don't even check the Carfax, been in accidents, and they're not paying the bills. You're not paying your bill, man. Why are you acting like this? It is a good thing this guy had his camera rolling. Because I would argue if he did not have a camera or something, he would definitely want to be careful about possible accusations because she was trying everything. She even mentioned, oh, yeah, you got all these dogs barking and all this. That's somebody who's grasping for straws and just looking for something, looking for an opportunity, looking for an angle. And see, you got to be hyper aware of that. You got to be paying attention to that. And again, I'm glad he was recording. Her caption says, not being able to afford a car in this economy is so heartbreaking.
Okay, so today is my first day at my new job, and I have an hour and 30-minute commute, y'all. Moment of silence. I don't know how I'm about to do this, and before you judge me, y'all, like, I literally had no other choice. I don't have a car. I have to take a bus. I used to have a job that was close enough, like, walking distance, like, literally an 8-minute walk, but that job's literally closing, so I had to find a new job, and there was nowhere else hiring closer to me. When I tell you nobody's hiring, y'all, nobody's hiring, and the only job I could find, it's so crazy because it's a 20-minute drive away, but an hour and 30 bus minutes. So I'm just like, you know what? Whatever, bro. I don't care. I don't do anything but work anyway. So what's an hour and 30 fucking minutes? Only reason I'm nervous is because the buses are like never on time. Oh, let me knock on wood because I can't jinx that. I did test this route before though, and it was fine. I got off one bus, got on the other, and it drops. And it's literally like both stops are close to my house, close to my job, so it's not issue like getting to the stops and stuff. I just don't know if I'm mentally prepared for how draining an hour and a half commute is about to be. That's literally, what, 2 hours, 3 hours of my day just traveling to get to work. Can you believe that? I fucking hate America, bro. I really, really do. So I got to the stop about 10 minutes early just in case because I really don't want to be late on my first day. I don't want to be late at all, to be honest. And it's so crazy because some days, like, I'm definitely going to have to Uber because some days, like, I'm scheduled, like, super duper duper early than, like, earlier than the buses, like, start running. So, like, I'm not going to have a choice. I'm going to have to Uber to work, which is crazy because I used to have to do that, like, about 2 years ago. And, like, literally, like, when you have to Uber to work, there's literally nothing more pointless in life because, like, all the money that you're making is going to Ubers. It's, like, literally your entire existence is, like, to live for work, but it's just like it's so I don't have another choice. It's like literally do this or die, I guess, and not have enough money to like eat or pay my bills. I don't know, y'all. Whatever. I'll let y'all know how it goes, but I'm really fucking trying. Like, I hate this shit, but it's just like I don't know what else to do.
I feel for her because I know the struggle. I remember taking public transportation, and yes, it is horrible. Like when you got to do that for work and just to get around in general. And keep in mind, when I was doing it, there was no Uber option or none of that type of stuff. And I remember it would be, it was actually very peaceful. Like, I kind of miss those days. What I reflect on now is that I actually had a lot of time to reflect, especially walking to the bus stop, because I used to have to walk to the bus stop too, walking to the bus stop. And funny enough, I'd have to go from all the way from the bottom all the way to the top. So it was a very long journey. It would usually take kind of similar 3 hours, maybe two and a half to get there. maybe 2 to get back, and then I still had to walk home. And it was tough. It was tough, but looking back, like it was actually very peaceful. It was very cool. Like even on days when it was cold. See, those were the worst, but at the same time, it was the best because it was like building up my resilience, my mental toughness, having a just missing the bus and it's cold, and then you gotta wait another 30, 45 minutes in the cold, just freezing, and then you finally get on the bus and it's warm and it's like, oh, you're comfortable, you're happy or whatever. But yeah, I mean, because even now, like it feels like I never have enough time in the day. But I remember back in those days, man, it was like so much time to get wasted, and it was like I'm working and it's taken away from my free time. And so the cheat code for me was I just said, you know what, F it. I'm gonna just finance a car. And I just financed a car finally. And the first car that I financed, it was a lemon. And I paid cash for it. And like right into it, like when I had it. So the first car I paid cash for it. And it was a lemon and the engine blew out. And so I had to go there and I had to like press the dude, like give me my money back. And it was like 2 weeks it blew out. And then what ended up happening, I just said, "Oh, F it, I'm gonna just finance a car." And I financed a car. It had over 100,000 miles on it, but it drove pretty good for when I first got it. And I remember I said, okay, I done got this car now. I was wasting all this time at the bus stop and going on public transportation. And I just said, F it, man. I need to get as many jobs as possible. I need to work as much as possible. And it's funny, I knew I would do it because I remember a long time ago, I had saw somebody at the bus stop that I used to go to school with. And I remember I was like, what you be doing now? And he'd be like, shoot, all I do is work. He was like, I got 3 jobs. He was like, and when I'm not working, I'm just sleep. And then I just go to work and that's it. And I remember that inspired me. So when I finally had that car and now I had mobility to be able to go to different locations and get there in a good amount of time, I just went in, I got 3 jobs. And there would be sometimes where like it wouldn't even make sense to go home. I just have to like maybe take a little, hour nap in the car and then go between to the next location. And I did that for a while. And I was actually able to save a pretty good amount by doing that and working hard like that. And that was how I started to kind of build myself up. So I ultimately just kind of tell that story because I don't know what her credit's like or what her things like. Fortunately, I had good credit and all that type of stuff because I was with a credit union and everything. But I would say if like you may just want to get a car and then you have to be willing to like work nonstop. But she's a lady. So she may not have that motor like how I had, especially me starting out in life. Like I was still very young. She looks pretty young. But yeah, I just tell that story in case it resonates with somebody else. Because I've been through it and I know how it is, but I really am appreciative in hindsight because that built a lot of character for me. Not just getting the 3 jobs and all that, but even that time, those times when I was on the bus and all that type of stuff. Her caption says, her caption says, so I owe them 2,000 for my car, but they will let me get it out for 700. For those of you that are new here, my car got repossessed this morning. I was 3 months behind. Welcome to, I don't know what that says. Dunder Mifflin? I don't know what that means.
Possession company. Damn, so I just called the repossession company. They told me I could get my car back for 700. So it's like 670 and change. Plus I gotta go there, and then if they got a fee there. So I gotta figure that out. Like, y'all, I've never had my car repossessed before. I share these parts of my life with y'all. Some people are embarrassed, but this is real shit that happens. And I'd be embarrassed too, but God be like, no, share your story because somebody gotta hear it. And I'd be like, I don't want to share it. But he'd be like, no, just tell him. Since you tell everything else anyway, just tell him. And I tell y'all what's going on. So the car is, they want like 700 to get it out. They were like, you can get it out today if you got 700. So I'm just praying for a brighter day. Brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Yo, you gotta be positive no matter what. I'm crying. I was crying earlier. Lucian, can you stop doing handstands, please? Thank you so much. Wow. Where are we at? World Gym? Mommy doesn't have a car and you're doing handstands. How do you find the joy in your body? Damn, so.
His caption says, Memphis man, unalive, or not unalive, but shoots repo man for his car, for taking his car.
No, because for what reason are you up in the poll on the car repo guy? I don't think you could pay me enough to do that job. I'm sorry. Because you know how folks be stupid. You pull up to get their car that they ain't paid for whatever reason. They might be on hard times, or they might just never had the money anyway. Just got the car and never intended to pay at all. But you gonna up the poll. Dude told you, yeah, hey bro, you on camera. You got it though. I'll put it down. You on camera though. And then dude try to drive off and you blast him? He's alive, he's fine, but like he did get shot. That's attempted.
Yeah.
You going to the penitentiary, and furthermore, you can't get away. They know where you live. They know your name. They got your face on camera. They already got you on paperwork for the repo. So the best you can hope for is, yeah, you get to keep your car today, but you going to jail tomorrow. You're going to the penitentiary. What's the thought process? Use your noodle. No, because for what reason are you...
It's funny. He said, I don't know how the repo people do that job. I don't know how the people who put the boots on people's cars do that job. Now that's crazy. Because then you got to come back and you got to see that person and you got to get them to pay like that little $75 or whatever in order for you to take that boot off their car. Like if they illegally park somewhere, or if they park somewhere and then leave the location, the people who put the boots on the car and then write you a little ticket or whatever, and or write you your receipt. I never understood how they do that job. Now they're the most hated because that's like, dude, really? But you know, repo, you can kind of feel righteous about what you're doing because you know these people haven't been paying their bills as agreed upon. So at the very least, you know they deserve it.
Because I knew the day was coming. I obviously was not paying my car note. My son was in the NICU.
Her caption says, running from the repo man story time.
I ran from the repo man for like 2 or 3 months when I was younger, and it's not funny, but it is funny now looking back on it because I knew the day was coming. I obviously was not paying my car note. My son was in the NICU at this time, so I stopped working to be in the NICU with him. So obviously the money was not coming in because I did not have a job. It was just a really dark time. And this car was also very sentimental to me because I had gotten it right after my uncle had passed, and he was a Mustang lover. So I felt like his spirit possessed me at the funeral and was like, go get a Mustang, go get a Mustang, go get a Mustang. And I went and got a Mustang in his honor. So I really just did not want to let it go because I felt like I was losing a lot. But yeah, I was not paying that car note, so they was coming to get me. On top of that, the car added to my sexiness like times 1,000. Like, I'm already sexy. I've always been sexy. But this car, when I was in that Mustang, like...
This is why they be getting these cars that they don't have no business getting. Like the woman we just saw, she had the Mercedes. That Mercedes probably had so much mileage on it, so much repairs on it, so much accidents on it. But they get these cars because they use the term, they get the car because it matches their aesthetic. That's what they say. It matched my aesthetic, right? Which ultimately just means it gives off the perception that other people see and give validation towards. Right? That's ultimately what it means. It's vanity, but it's not financial literacy, which I hate that term, but I know most people know what it is.
It's like times 1,000. Like, I'm already sexy. I've always been sexy. But this car, when I was in that Mustang, like, I felt like the sexiest hoe on the planet. You could not tell me nothing. I mean, look at me. Like, I was feeling myself. I was in my early 20s. Like, I was living life. But also, I was paying a lot more on that car note, even more than what I pay on my car today. So it was an absurd amount. Like, they really got my ass at the dealership. They, like, really played on me having a toxic boyfriend and no father in my life. Like, they got me real bad. So fiscally, it was the right thing for them to take the car with me because, again, I could not afford it. And the car payment was stupid high for no reason. But, like, I was young and flashy. I did not care about none of that shit. I just wanted that Mustang. I wanted to look good in my Mustang and feel good in that Mustang. And that's all that mattered to me. But I just kept running because I did not want to give this car back. And I played on it because the place where I was staying had a gate. So, like, they could not come in and take my car without my consent because they just could not get in. And I knew that. So, like, I just kept giving them the runaround, blocking their number, not answering for months. Until one day, I kind of had like a mental breakdown where I just felt like I gotta let all this shit go. Like, everything
but that
I just
man.
need to let go because I got too much going on in my life, too many worries, too many anxieties. Like, this car gotta go. Like, just get it off my mind. My partner at the time had a car, so like I knew I would be able to get around. So like I was just like, you know what? Let me call the repo people and make an appointment so they could come pick this up. And I'll never forget when the guy came to pick up the car, like, I was crying. Like, I literally was just crying the whole time. And he looked like he felt so bad for me, but like, he just kept loading that Mustang up on that repo truck because he had to do his job. And I respect that. But I just was crying my little eyes out. And it was just a really sad moment. But I felt like it was the right thing to do, and it was the right thing to do. And I thought that would be the end of it. Like, I'm giving the car back. I don't got to make no more payments on it. Like, it's a done deal. Wrong. After they repossessed the vehicle, Ford did a whole inspection, to see if there were any damages. And there were damages, quite a few of them, not made by me. No, 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 no. They were made by my partner at that time because not only did he get in an accident in that car, he also dinged up the side of my car. So, like, my driver's side door was scratched up from him turning out of our parking lot one day. And so, like, the damages were heavy. And they were like, oh, excuse me, ma'am, you actually owe us $8,000 more. Cough it up. So I had called up Ford and I was like, what do you mean $8,000? Like, I got the car repossessed because I don't got no money. So where do y'all think this $8,000 is going to come from? Like, let's be serious here. And they were like, oh, like, well, what's your situation? What's going on? Why can you not pay? I was like, my son is in the NICU. I am not working. Like, I'm just going through a really hard time right now. And they were like, oh, okay, we understand. We're not going to get rid of the debt, but we will hold off on you. We will not call you. And they didn't call me. Like, they only started calling me recently, like the last 2 years, because I still have not paid that. I might pay it one day. Like, I don't know. It's going to get paid one day, or maybe it'll just disappear. I'm hoping for that.
All these self-inflicted wounds, ultimately, all this baggage, just because she wanted the Mustang and it matched her aesthetic. She even tried to give it a little bit of sentimental value by just saying, did she say her uncle who passed? He liked Mustangs, so she got it. Look, people are gonna justify this stuff however they can in order to make the wrong decision. And now she's still paying for it to this day. To this day.
The latter. And now that I'm thinking about it, in my divorce mediation, I should have spoke up and been like, he needs to pay these damages on my car because I did not do it. But closed mouths don't get fed, and I kept my mouth closed, so I'm not going to get fed with that. And it's okay. But there are a few morals of this story, okay? Just because you're young and turnt does not mean that your car note needs to be young and turnt, okay? You can still be sexy, still be cute in an Uber, public transportation, or in a vehicle with a low car note. So that is to all the young girlies out there. Don't try to impress nobody with your vehicle. If you ain't got it, you don't got it. You can manifest getting it, and one day you will get it. But if in the moment you don't got it, you don't got it. That ties in with point number.
Well, it's because y'all perception, mostly ladies, y'all have a perception a lot of times that I've noticed to where you just look at things on face value, but you don't understand sometimes that it could be more to it. Obviously, not the ladies that watch me, but I'm just saying a lot of ladies in general. Like, for example, a lot of times, what's the one of the most common thing? Look at a man's shoes, right? Or a lot of ladies, like if you date them or whatever, they're trying to see what you drive. What you drive is no indication of what you got. Trust me. Trust me, trust me, trust me. I know plenty of people. What you drive does not give an accurate representation of your net worth ultimately. But that's what some people think that reflects. And we can just keep going down the line, what you wear, whatever. Ultimately, if you don't know, then you don't know. It's just that simple. And see, what'll usually happen a lot of times is kind of like a cognitive dissonance and an inversion of things. And here's what I mean. Funny enough, people who are poor and get their cars repossessed feel the need to live flashy lives, as she said, and get these flashy things, right? Flashy, something to draw attention externally. But excuse me, something to draw attention externally because internally, you know that there's something false, right? So you have to basically externally display this illusion in order to hide or disguise the truth. And then funny enough, when you see more wealthy people, they try to do the opposite because they don't want people to know what they got. So they try to actually appear more unassuming, and they don't want to be flashy because they don't want people taking advantage of them or trying to get close to them just based off of that. And they want to be able to ultimately truly know someone's heart as best as they can so that they can eliminate the snakes or the potential liabilities, right? So I just think that's funny, and I think that's a pretty interesting observation, and just fact of life. But we'll leave it there for today, y'all. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels. So that's why your points go further when you support smaller channels. And then also, if you go to a video and it's over 7 days old, then you probably won't see the hype button anymore because hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practices if you want to hype to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot. And then also, if you want to join the channel as a member of the channel and join the memberships, then you can press the join button on YouTube. And basically, you'll be a part of the DXU family. And what that comes with is badges that when you leave comments, people can see the prestige and see that you are a member of the DXU family and that you're a supporter in that way. And then also, you will get early access to content as well as even some exclusive content. So if you want to do that, then feel free. And then also, I'll just catch you all in the next video. And thanks for all the support.